covet your neighbor's house is to operate your life dwelling in the carnal mind. You can't do that. It's dangerous. It's destructive. You've got to cast yourself into that sea of forgetfulness in meditation and allow that sea to take you to the island where God dwells. To covet your neighbor's wife is to live out of your emotions. To covet your neighbor's house is to live out of your carnal mind. To covet your neighbor's wife is to live out of your emotions. To covet the manservant is to depend on the service of the lower mind. To covet the maidservant is to depend on the service of the lower emotions. The power of the mind is the ox. The ass is the stubborn nature of the mind. You can't have all of that stuff. In spirit, the ox is sacrificed. What happens to the ass? The ass is taken by the Christ who sits upon his stubborn nature and steers him into the holy city of New Jerusalem. We sacrifice the ox, which is our power, and we sacrifice our stubborn emotional nature, and the Christ mounts upon us and takes us into the holy city of New Jerusalem. And as the Apostle Paul said, Jerusalem which is above is free and is the mother of us all. Honor your father and your mother. So, real quick, the Ten Commandments. I am means the single I. Jesus said, if your eye be single, your body will fill with light. God is light. Okay? I am is the single I. The word am is not a word. It is present tense singular. It means the single eye. And Jesus told you that if your eye be single, your body will fill with light. If your eye be single, you'll stimulate the pineal gland. Your body will fill with melatonin, which is a skin lightener. The prophecy is fulfilled. There would be no strange gods before me. The strange god you put before God is called religion. Religion. You have dwelled on a god whose idea was to get a little girl pregnant so he could come down here and kill himself. And the reason he had to kill himself was because he was not capable of forgiving you without human blood flowing. That's blasphemy. That's the strange God that you decided to put in front of God. Okay? Take not the way of the Lord in vain. Make not the inner way of no value. And many of us do that. Believe me. We don't have time for it. Everything in this world is too important. If I could come to your house and get on my knees and beg you to wake up to what's going on right now, I would do it. But I can't. And that's not fair anyhow, because I don't interfere in what you do, and I don't single out anybody. When I speak to the ceiling. I just beg of you to please understand. Read the headlines. Understand. Wake up and understand what's coming. The bridegroom is coming. Don't stay away from this thing. Make the oil flow in your lamp. Please. Remember the Sabbath. The Sabbath is the seventh. It is the point of the seventh chakra. And when you remember the seventh, you'll elevate your energy, and that which is the orgastic fluids will rise through the spine and impact at the pineal gland of the brain. Remember the seventh. The seventh is the Sabbath. Honor your father and your mother. Your father and your mother are your mind and your spirit. You honor your father by lifting your mind. You honor your mother by lifting your spirit. You lift them both in meditation. Do not kill. Do not kill the soul, either yours or anybody else's. And you kill the soul by not feeding it. You kill the soul by not exercising it. You kill the soul by neglecting it. You see those things out there on the thing from the shelter and the animal agency, millions of dogs die. Animals die because they're neglected. They starve to death. You kill the soul by starving it to death. You shall not commit adultery. You do not intercourse in spiritual things with your lower emotions. You do not intercourse with the wicked woman, the strange woman who lives downstairs. You intercourse with the bride, the bridegroom, the Holy One, the Spirit who dwells in the right side. You are married to the bridegroom. Your intercourse must be at the right side. You cannot intercourse here because when you're intercourse, and I don't mean you don't use your mind. I don't mean you don't use your mind to work or do whatever you want to do or have fun or listen to records and all that. You use your mind. But in things of God, then you are committing adultery. You intercourse here with God on the right side. You shall not steal. You shall not steal, and you shall not steal from yourself or for anybody else, and you steal by taking away the key. You take away the key from yourself when you do not enter within meditation. You're stealing from yourself. You take away the key from somebody else when you don't tell them about meditation or you try to talk them out of it. You are stealing, and thou shalt not steal. Jesus Christ in Luke 11:52 says you take away the key of knowledge because you don't enter within yourself, and those that are trying to enter in, you hinder. You're stealing. Thou shalt not steal. Do not bear false witness against your neighbor. Tell the truth about your neighbor on the right, the divine nirvana. Also tell the truth about your neighbor on the left, emotional religion. And do not desire, do not have a desire for the things which are the left side, which is the carnal side. Desire those things which are the right side of the spiritual side. In these commandments, you will find the movement of the planets. In these commandments, you will find the movement of the cosmic energies that bring creative consciousness into harmony with universal law. Amen.